My family were real fortunate. A few years ago, we got a call from President and Ms. Bush, and they invited us to come up to Camp David and spend the weekend. And that's, I gotta say, been one of the highlights, if not the very best thing I've ever done in this business, was get to do that. And thank you very much for letting us come up there and be with y'all on such a special weekend. I'll remember that forever, and so will my wife and son. And I remember you told me once upon a time that this was one of your favorite songs back then, so I want to do it for y'all. It's called Love Without End, amen. I got sent home from school one day with a shiner on my eye. Fighting was against the rules and it didn't matter why. When Dad got home, I told that story just like I'd rehearsed. I then stood there on those trembling knees and waited for the worst. And he said, let me tell you a secret about a father's love. A secret that my daddy said was just between us. He said, daddies don't just love their children every now and then. It's a love without end, amen. It's a love without end, amen. When I became a father in the spring of '81, there was no doubt that stubborn boy was just like my father's son. And when I thought my patience had been tested to the end, I took my daddy's secret and I passed it on to him. And I said, let me tell you.
Just before George gets into another chorus, I just want to thank you all so much for joining me as I check out the king of country music, George Strait, with Love Without End, amen. And you know you're the king. You know you are the king of country music when presidents come and watch you perform. That is absolutely mind-blowing. That there's a president in the crowd. I've never come across that before, but this is George Strait we're talking about. Absolutely incredible. And from the very first strum on the guitar on this song, you are instantly, especially with his voice as well, you're just kind of transported to this place of just pure country music. And his voice is so absolutely smooth and effortless, and the way he's able to kind of tell these stories, these tales, it's incredible. And the sincerity in his voice, the emotion in his voice, it all just absolutely comes through clear as a bell. And yeah, he's absolutely incredible. And I'm keen to get back to this song because it's very, very good. So I'm going to knock it back a fraction and let's see it through to the end.
And when I thought my patience had been tested to the end, I took my daddy's secret and I passed it on to him. And I said, let me tell you a secret about a father's love. A secret that my daddy said was just between us. I said, daddies don't just love their children every now and then. It's a love without end, amen. It's a love without end, amen. Last night I dreamed I died and stood outside those pearly gates. And suddenly I realized there must be some mistake. If they don't have the things I've done, they'll never let me in. Then somewhere from the other side, I heard these words again. And he said, let me tell you a secret about a father's love. A secret that my daddy said was just between us. He said, daddies don't just love their children every now and then. It's a love without end, a love without end, amen.
Okay, everybody, that was George Strait with Love Without End, Amen, live from the Astrodome, and that was absolutely incredible. Presidents in attendance, but that was, yeah, absolutely incredible. I loved how when you kind of focused on the crowd, people were singing along, they knew the lyrics, and when you see things like that, it is a kind of like this beautiful reminder about how powerful and how unifying music can be, and how it can bring people together from all different backgrounds. And yeah, you look at a George Strait concert, and that's kind of what you see, just unity. People have just come together to just listen to George sing, and it always feels like it's going to be an incredible event. And yeah, he's the king for a reason. He is absolutely just brilliant. His voice is just so smooth, it's like silk. And yeah, he just manages to get every ounce of emotion out of every song. And it's just breathtaking from start to finish with George. And even when he keeps it simple, just him, a guitar on a stage, he still fills a room. And that's an Astrodome, and he still kind of fills it. He is absolutely brilliant. And he's kind of the thing I found about George, and I've listened to quite a few of his songs now, is I've noticed, because I'm hundreds of songs into country music now, I'm starting to pick up on a lot of trends and a lot of changes, and I'm picking up on how country music is evolving for today's audience. But George still kind of feels for me now like this beacon of of hope, of what country music kind of used to be and still feels like it should be. And it's great that we have George to kind of always go back to and listen to these great songs and these great performances. It is absolutely brilliant, because there's such a simplicity in his music, but it's still so very good. And you could just listen to it over and over and over again, and obviously so many of you do. So yeah, if you were there at the Astrodome, please let me know in the comments, because it looks absolutely incredible. And we've still got such a long way to go when it comes to George. So in the comments below, get your recommendations, and we'll see where we go next. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this. I will leave a link at the end of this video to the country music journey that we've been on so far. Dig deep, check into what's in there, and if you enjoy it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and come on the rest of this journey with us. We've got such a long way to go. But until then, and until next time, take care. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.